if you're a fan of the Sly Guy podcast and you want to get a little bit slyer every week, if you want to be a little sly fox on the sly with a fox, you can go over to patreon.com/Sly Guy podcast, where there is an Aladdin's Cave of bonus podcasts. We've got the Champions League of Weird over there, which is interesting. We've got the bonus weekly podcast, which now is 90 episodes, which I mean, wow, what about that for a bonus little surprise? As well as that, we have the Serial Killing It podcast and the strange surprise hit, Dog Walks with Bebe, which is a podcast I just record, believe it or not, when I'm out walking my dog. And it's all there on Patreon. That's all for the £2 a month. If you want to go a wee bit higher and pay the £4 a month, which, hey, listen, it's the cost of coffee nowadays. And by the way, can't even afford to buy coffee, I have to bring my own. But if you want to help me with that, you can get over there. There's going to be a lot more bonus content going over there for the £4 a month people as well. There's going to be tasters of shows and stuff that I'm pitching, as well as stand-up clips, longer stand-up clips, potentially a stand-up special going there, probably by the end of the I don't want to say by the end of the year, because it's a quick turnover, early next year. So if you want to be a wee bit of that, you want to be a sly hard, you want to be a rider sly, patreon.com/Sly Guy podcast. Stop being such a shit and enjoy the show.
I'm the Sly Guy.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Sly Guy podcast with me, Dave Elliott, and my producer, friend, co-host and cohort, the Snake Rat, Ben. Ben, are you on the mic today, or are you off the mic? Let me know. Holler at your boy if you're on the mic.
Yeah, I'll probably be on the mic.
No, I want you to say holler at your boy.
Holler at your boy.
Oh, holler at your boy. Ben, potentially more posh guy than me. Ben, say holler at your boy one more time.
Holler at your boy.
Now, lastly, before you go, I want everybody at once, just so as we know we're all on the same page. Now, some people will be like, I'm not going to do it, Dave. Some of you will just be like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it with you, even though I'm just listening. Everyone listening to the podcast at home, Ben too, one more time after 3. 1, 2, 3.
Holler at your boy.
Holler at your boy. Let's get ready to start. And I mean, what a start it is. What a week it has been. We are excited as a middle-aged man, because guess what's back on the TV? I'm a Celebrity. Do you watch it, Ben? Are you a fan of I'm a Celebrity? Is it something you're into?
I always start watching it.
Yeah, right, okay.
And I don't always make it to the end.
Did you watch the episode 1 that was on last night?
I watched the last 40 minutes of it.
Did you know any of the celebrities?
The 2 who came at the end, yeah.
Who was that? Frankie from... Oh, you dirty bastard. You know Richard Madeley, because everyone knows him. And then Frankie from the Saturdays. Oh, fuck, I know, Frankie.
I think that was about...
Why?
Naughty Boy, I've heard of him.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing about it is that's a bedroom nickname of mine, the Naughty Boy. And what's weird about it, Naughty Boy has an actual name, which some of the people on it were calling him. But anytime there's a task or whatever, they just call him Naughty Boy. It's really funny to me, like, Naughty Boy, if you just want to nip the end of that plank there, which, by the way, horrendous first game. You have to walk out on a plank, a la Squid Game, and if you don't hit a wee buzzer quicker than the other person across the plank, you fall. Did you see that? Horrendous. Into a quarry, which, by the way, if I was an I'm a Celebrity and was in that, I would probably break the bungee cord, fall in and die, because I'm very heavy, and also Naughty Boy. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. That I feel like that's a show that I've never really enjoyed before, but now I see this year, I'd be like, I'm going to be into this a bit, you know. And as somebody who, you know, I come on here most week in, week out and preach about being an original guy, a guy not influenced by the crowd, a man who's not a sheep. You know, straight away, I decided to watch I'm a Celebrity this year. You know why? Because I went on holidays and I drove past the castle that it's in. So because I've seen that castle, I was like, I'm going to watch I'm a Celebrity. And I literally saw the castle for about 10 seconds because we drove past it in a rush to get to the boat, because my wife, for some reason, I mean, shocker here, she, for whatever reason, didn't calculate the time needed to get from where we were to get to the boat to make it home in time. And I said to them, I was like, listen, because myself, her, the kids, and another family, their 2 kids, I was like, listen guys, I think we should leave potentially. Like, the drive was somewhere in the region of, I think, 4 hours, maybe 4 or 5 hour drive. I suggested we leave 8 hours in advance to make sure we get there. And let's just say within the first hour of leaving at Catherine's time, we were instantly, you know, I was right. And it was one of those ones, Ben, do you ever be right with your wife where you want so hard to gloat, like you just want to go, I told you so, but you know it'll be counterproductive to anything.
100%.
And like you know in your head, and it gives you that little bit of like, there is joy, you feel it in your heart, and like you get wee glances, so they'll look at you and you'll be like, but you can't actually say it because you'll get shouted at effectively. So yeah, I just had to revel in the fact that I was right. Now that being said, there was a major RTC, is that what they call it now? Road traffic collision? Yeah. There's one of them in the way which slows down even further, and the whole time I was saying, listen, there could have been 2 or 3 road traffic collisions if we left 8 hours in advance as opposed to 5. But what do I know? Then the friends we were with decided to go somewhere. They're like, why on the way? Like they were like, on the way where we're going, we should go into another city and have a picnic there, which to be fair, on paper, not a bad idea. You go in, have a picnic, go. But what was stupid about it, we had to go into another city. So into the city to have a picnic, to leave the city to get back on the road again. So you're entering city and exiting the city, which you know what that is, Ben? Not ideal timekeeping. So in and out, there we go. But we managed to make it in time, just about. And we drove past the castle, and I said, I'm going to watch The Next I'm a Celebrity when I heard it was in that castle. Because fuck Australia. We don't like Australia in this podcast. We're never going to go to Australia. We've never been to Australia. If any listeners are in Australia, sorry, we welcome one and all. But I'm watching it now, and I'm kind of a little bit pissed off that I have to come and record this podcast and miss tonight's episode. If my wife hasn't recorded it for me, I will smother her in her sleep. And imagine I did. Imagine I made a wee joke. Here, I'm going to kill her. I'm going to go home and kill her. And then I did, and people be like, oh my God. You know why people always try to, like, they always say, oh, the Simpsons predicted something. You know, it's like, oh, the Simpsons predicted Donald Trump would win the election. The same way as I just predicted it. But then again, I suppose it's different if I predicted I killed my wife and I went and did it. You know, I mean, here's the thing, you know, Ben, if your wife dies and is murdered, or my wife dies and is murdered, you'll be the number one suspect. Sure, weird guy. No, as a husband, statistically, you're the number one suspect if your wife were to, you know, die. So, I mean, all I'm saying is that I would not murder my wife because I have a big show coming up. I have tickets to sell, and I think that would have an effect on my popularity. I don't think people would be like, I'll go and see him do a wee stand-up show. But there is a fairly strong chance that he's murdered his wife. You know, that I think that would affect my popularity a bit. So I think that's okay. But what I do want to say, my wife is a nurse. So if anyone's going to murder anyone in our house, it's more likely to be her. She'll know how to dose me. You know, she'll just inject me in my sleep, probably. I've been sick for how many weeks now? I've got a bit of a cold again now. This is like potentially 4 or 5 weeks in a row. She could potentially just be drugging me every night in my sleep. She's trying to kill me and take the millions I'm going to make from Ulster Hall, which will be like a couple of grand probably by the time everyone gets their cut. But anyway, how did I even end up there from I'm a Celebrity? There you go. I was just trying to welcome you to the podcast, trying to say have a nice time. I'm enjoying television. That was it. Before I watched I'm a Celebrity, I actually watched Adele's concert, which, by the way, it seems to me that Adele just does a concert in a really weird venue every week now, because like the week before she was doing it at the Griffiths Observatory in LA, just out the front in the big black dress, fucking belting her lungs out. This week she's in, was it the Albert Hall or somewhere? Probably, who even cares, but she was there singing, but she had like an all-star cast of celebrities in the audience just enjoying her. Was it the Royal Albert Hall? You were nodding over there, and I said, see if I'm right here, I'm gonna be so chuffed at myself. If I'm wrong, hey, swing and miss, but we give it a go here. You know what I'm going to pay for you to do, Ben? Go to a typing proficiency class so you can get faster and finding stuff when we're talking on the podcast. This guy. I mean, Ben, do we have to upgrade the internet in here? Guys, get over to Patreon so we can afford to upgrade the internet here, please. By the way, Contigo sponsor the show because I put coffee into this about an hour ago and put cold water in because it was too warm. I've just burnt my tongue. Which is not fucking ideal. Oh dear. No, he can't find, like, now, let me just see. I'm going to go on, and if I can find this quicker than you, Ben, we'll fire you in the podcast. Adele. Yeah, hold on.
London Palladium.
The London Palladium. There you go. I thought she was doing better than that. She could have probably played the Royal Albert Hall, but fair play. She was in the London Palladium, and there was a whole two big things came out of that show. Was that how dead on she was whenever she brought like her teacher up and was like, "Here's before I go in that, Adele could not have more of like an oxymoron of a voice. You know, her singing voice is potentially one of the greatest singing voices of all time, whether male or female, because as the Brit Awards have decided, they don't exist anymore. So she could just one of the best singing voices of all time. And her talking voice, horrendous. Like, she comes on, this glamour puss comes on. She looks amazing at the minute. She's beautiful. She's got the dress on. She comes out and everyone's like, look at her. She's regal. She looks amazing. And then she's like, all right, you fucking slags. Welcome to my fucking show. I'm going to fucking sing some fucking songs for you fucking cats. And you're like, all right, man. And then she go, go easy on me fucking baby. And you're just like, why do you speak like that? That's very... it's off-putting, you know. It doesn't make a lot of sense how a voice so nice can sound equally so horrendous. And just when you think her talking voice can't be any worse, she ends up like breaking again. One of her, here's another thing that I can't get right. She sings a song, and I know songs mean things to people. I get it, right? But she wrote it. She probably performed it hundreds of times. Why she start crying? Oh my god, it's too much. Can't sing it anymore. So whenever you're one of the greatest singers, potentially of all time, you can't finish a song because you're too upset. Who do you want to come in and take over from you? Whose voice is on a par with Alan Carr? Of all people, comes up and he's like, oh, stop your crying. What are you crying for, you fucking slag? And then she's like, oh, Alan, I can't fucking sing anymore. And he's like, I'll do it for you. And what song did he sing? Was it like... it was one of her first ones, wasn't it? And but he just comes up and he's like, you know what he should have sang, which would have suited his voice much better. You know the song Hello? Hello, it's me. I've been wondering if after all these years you liked me. And people be like, what's going on here? And then thankfully Adele's like, listen, I don't know what's worse, the fact that I'm really emotional here, or the fact that he's fucking butchering a song that I put my fucking heart and soul into. Hello from the other side. She's like, fucking Alan, stop it. Oh dear. And you wonder too, Ben, like what if Alan Carr's in another concert, you know, other than Adele? Like, I know, like if he was in Neil, hands touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you, or like what you've got kids? Are your kids into music? What are they listening to nowadays?
Yeah, but they're like into the Crazy Frog and Kids Bop.
Yeah, Kids Bop. I mean, I would ask questions of Alan Carr. Was that like the kid? Oh, hello. I'm Alan Carr and I'm in the Kids Bop. Do you want me to bop your bop, huh? You'd be like, oh no, Alan, don't do that. Like, who do kids listen to nowadays? Drake?
Drake's a good one, yeah.
Yeah, imagine. Oh, well, yeah, fucking right. Fucking... walking through the six with my woes. I mean, it doesn't, his voice doesn't, in fact, his voice doesn't lend itself to anything. I've been running through the six with my woes. Who else is there? Who are other singers nowadays? Again, I'm out of touch because I just listen to, like, Disturbed. I just listen to Disturbed on repeat. Ooh, wow! Being angry all day. This is how I get so psyched up for this podcast. You know, I'm on the way down, it's just, sitting in the car, just rubbing my head, and it's like, oh, wow! And then I come in and shout. But who I like Disturbed, I like Korn, you know what else I'm liking this day? People are going to mug me off this. I like Limp Bizkit, alright? They've got good tunes, so suck a balls.
Have like Doja Cat.
Sorry?
Doja Cat. Doja Cat.
Is that something your children are into?
No.
What is Doja Cat? Is it like an anime?
It's like a person.
Is it? I mean, again, we can't say. But does Doja Cat have any? What is Doja Cat? Is it a man, a woman, a non-binary person?
For presume it's a woman.
Doja Cat is an American rapper.
There you go.
I mean, this is going to be such an old man thing. I don't like the look of her. Doja, you know what her name is? To be fair, her name sounds like Doja Cat. Again, when you say Doja Cat's a better name than, like, imagine you're like, please welcome to the stage, Amala Ratna Zandlia Dianamani. You'd be like, yeah, just fucking call me Doja Cat, would you? My name is too long. There's too many words. It's hard to say. Amala Ratna Zandi Diamini. Hey, Diamini. Known professionally as Doja Cat, is an American rapper, singer, and songwriter, born and raised in Los Angeles, and began making and releasing music on SoundCloud. So, I mean, listen, it could be us because we release our podcast on SoundCloud. So, my name's David Robert Elliott. So, it'll be like Doja Cat. Doja Cat sounds like, you know, a dojo and a cat. So what they've done, they've taken somewhere where you fight in, and then an animal, pick an animal, any animal, it's not a cat. Go ahead. For me.
Dog.
Yes, I'd be called Ring Dog. Which I mean, Ring Dog doesn't really sound too great. I mean, like a wrestling ring or an octagon snake. I mean, it sounds like a guy with a 6-sided cock. Or an 8-sided cock, an octagon, not a... What is it? Fuck. A hexagon, is that 6? Yes. Hexagon cock. I mean, it's not an animal. An animal is a cock, actually, isn't it?
Those sound like really bad porn names.
Yeah, octagon cock. Yeah. In fact, there's a guy, the arch nemesis of Spider-Man. Dr. Octocock. Instead of the arms, he's got 8 robotic dicks. Spider-Man's fucking throwing this spunking at him because it's a porn, and then Dr. Octocock's just got like fucking 8 dicks. And I mean, would anyone watch that? Would you watch that? Not in a sexual way, but would you be interested in the spectacle of a guy with 8 dicks coming at Spider-Man who's just coming at him?
You would definitely watch it at least once.
Yeah, I mean, could there be a whole porn version of the Marvel Universe?
Are you thinking about a Patreon special here?
I mean, I'm definitely thinking of a few. Like, you're much more into like the Marvel Universe than me. Give me some superheroes and we'll see if we can come up with porn parodies off them.
Iron Man.
I mean, it's it just is Iron Man, hard as iron, just the fucking big dick.
Thor.
It just sore, and it's just a guy who just gets bummed all the time. Yeah, he's a bottom and he's called sore. And he's like, why he called sore? Oh, because it just took too much of a hammer. Who else is good, guys? Oh,
Captain America.
Oh, Captain America. That's a hard one, isn't it? Captain America. Yeah, Captain America. He's another one. He's a bottom. Gets a lot of bucking. And he doesn't wear condoms. Or he does wear condoms because he always got a shield. You know what I'm saying? Hulk. Oh, he could be bulk, and it's just a big, giant green dick. In fact, it would look a lot like Slimer from Ghostbusters, to be fair. Equally as dribbly.
What about Black Panther?
He would be Big Black Panther. BBP for short. Oh, God, so disrespectful to the memory of Chadwick Boseman, R.I.P. Great man, great actor. Oh.
What about a female Black Widow?
Big Black Widow, once again. Are there any other? Oh, this is great fun.
Thanos. He's a bad guy.
Thanos, the guy with the smallest dick you've ever seen, just long and thin like a knit needle. But then he clicks his fingers, and everybody sucks it. Just Thanos is like passing a noodle by the table. Old Thanos. Oh, Thanos.
What about Star-Lord?
I mean, he would just be Chocolate Star-Lord.
Doctor Strange.
He's just into fucked up shit. He just keeps the same name, and you're like, oh, no one wants to invite the Doctor Strange to this porn party because he'll do the, like, he's the guy that you'll all be like, you'll be in a big orgy, and Doctor Strange, you'll just be looking over and be like, has he got a vagina? And you'll be like, no, it looks like he's forced his dick up his own arse and he's just having a great time, just being really weird in the corner.
And then last one, Groot.
Is Groot the guy out of the Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
Yeah, Groot would just be Root, and he'd just be. Oh, it's a lot of fun. Clip it. That's going to be funny. But try and take some of the more inappropriate ones out. Like, you know, no, in fact, don't. Fuck it. Let's all go. Let's all have fun. The masturbators of the universe. That's what it would be called. The Marvel universe. That's good. That's fun. And how do we get there? All from the name of Dojo Cat. So yeah, I'd be the ring dog. Which, to be fair, sounds like an old wrestler from like the 1960s. The ring dog's coming in to beat Hulk Hogan, brother.
The big mullet.
Yeah, mullet, and
With a long beard.
he would have a long beard, and the ring dog, he would have a choky on. Because that's the thing about wrestling. All these good old hard guys, but they're very homoerotic. You know, a lot of the older wrestlers. You know, guys that you'd be like, man, I mean, you wear a lot of leather. It'd be like, what the fuck are you trying to say, boy? And you'd be like, well, your leather pants are connected to a leather choky with chains. All I'm saying is, in certain communities, that'd be well received. You know what I'm saying? And then they would just clobber you for having the audacity to insult them. But yeah, the Dojo Cat. I don't even want to know what she sings. I don't like her. I don't like you, Dojo Cat. And anyone else? Who else? Is that it? Drake and Doja Cat. I mean, I don't care what the kids listen to nowadays. My kids listen to AJ. Is it AJ? PJ? CJ? AJ, good morning, JJ. Coco Melon. You know what's that? Yeah. Hey, here's a song, which, by the way, is really catchy and it's going to be stuck in my head. It's just Good Morning JJ, where everyone he walks down the street, which is weird because he's a baby. He should have parents looking after him, but he's running errands and people are just saying, all right, AJ. That's nice. And have we spoke about Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood on this podcast before?
Nope.
It's a show that is based on some old American TV show, someone or other. Mr. Ed. I don't know. Mr. Ed's a horse. Can you look up Daniel Tiger? In fact, I'll do it because you don't know how to type. Yeah, have you got it?
Yeah. My kids watch this.
Yeah, and what is it? What is the guy based? Who's the guy it's based on? It's fucking let me
Like
get
a
it.
real life person.
Yeah, Daniel Tiger is based on someone else who had an American TV show, Mr. Somebody or something like that.
Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers, yeah. So it's based on the work of Mr. Rogers, who was just this really nice guy. Yeah, so the character Daniel Tiger is based on Fred Rogers, and elements of his home are based on the set of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, which, by the way, is probably just a total rip-off, which I enjoy. But yeah, the songs and Daniel Tiger are so shit. Like, on the way out tonight, Holly was just watching it, and they were trying to make these, like, the teacher was like, hey kids, would you like to eat some food? And they were like, oh, why? And then the teacher presented them like, how would you like a hard-boiled egg, some pepper, and a strawberry? And they were like, no. And she was like, well, I have a song for you. And then they were like, okay, do it. And then she was like, if you try new food, then it might taste good. And then that's it, the shittest song ever. They just keep repeating it as they keep giving these kids weirder and weirder food. And he's like, hey, would you like to try grape? If you try new food, then it might taste good. What about some marzipan? Try new food, then it might taste good. And then they're like, what about a COVID vaccine? You take that? They're like, oh no, because the government are controlling me. Oh. But it was a lot of fun. Enjoyed watching it. Ben.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on the vaccine? On the vaccine passport, mate? Yeah.
I want to try to find this for you.
What is it? Do you know something?
About the vaccine? No.
No, but what's this? About trying new food?
Yeah. This is what everyone's tuning in for.
Yeah.
And these veggies go on top of the spaghetti to make it veggie spaghetti.
This is what we're teaching our kids.
Very quiet.
I just realised I just did an American voice, but I realised when I was doing that it could potentially have some sort of offensive connotations because I realised that the teacher is not white. And I was doing this voice. Would you like some peppers, baby? That's a problem. Are they going to sing it? Is he trying to bell pepper yet? Ben, come on, people are in suspense here.
I like it.
Are you going to edit this to get it to appear?
Right, Miss Selena? No. Veggie spaghetti is
Veggies are stinking.
Plain spaghetti.
This is a roller coaster, this episode.
I know. I mean, it's basically, do you want to try veggies? Nah. Do it. No.
Me too. We gotta try new food because it might taste good.
There you go. Go try new food.
Is that it? Is
Yeah.
that little tiny
Oh, no.
jingle?
Hey, fast forward a little bit. Get into it. Because if you try new food, it might taste good.
Try a little bit of this and a little bit of that. A little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Better get food to fly around my head.
Try some crunchy broccoli and we can share with everyone. Or we can try to taste a bit of chicken. Then we'll know what we like.
Better not forget that. This or I'll look rare.
I just like to think of parents driving to work having like proper PTSD listening
Yeah.
up and like, oh no, this is my
Absolutely.
time away from this.
But then it gets stuck in your head, and once it's in there, you can't get it out. It's torture. And then all day you'll be going, and people are like, what's wrong with you? And be like, I've got kids. And they're the worst guys. But seriously, I think what you did there was try to get her away from the point. What's your take on? Because I know that it's controversial again. I went out at the weekend there to the Christmas tree light switch on a Bangor. Were you there? You're a Bangor man like myself, because I only deal with North Down people.
No, I wasn't there.
And was there any reason for that, or fucking hate Christmas, mate?
I
Right?
kind of, to be honest, forgot it was on and saw the pictures. Thought, thank God I didn't go out.
Yeah. No, we decided to go, and it ended up being fucking wild, and we did not feel comfortable, and I had to wear a mask because I don't want to get sick, and I don't want to make people sick. But then I realised that like it seems like now, since we've kind of got out of lockdowns and stuff, people are just a little bit ignorant. Like the manners of people were terrible, like in the crowds and stuff. People just pushing and all, and you're like, hey, you know, you're like Mike Skinner in the streets, and he's like, don't touch me, don't fucking, that's, or if Alan Carr 6 street, don't you fucking touch me, don't fucking touch me, but it's just stressing me out. And then you're just like, you know, you see all these people you don't know, and you look at them, and a lot of them, you're like, you're stinking. I don't want you fucking touching me. You're gross. Like, where have your hands been? I know, it's horrible. And then, to be fair, you sort of have to do these things because it was outside, nice for the kids, get them in Christmas spirit. But then it is slightly uncomfortable, and I was glad to get home, get sanitised, and now I feel like I really want to get another vaccine. So, you know, it's weird though, isn't it? Because there seems to be like a mini war at hand between those who get vaccines and those who don't. Like, a lot of people are saying that the vaccines are a problem, and it's a restriction of your human rights and your freedoms. What do you feel about that?
Just kind of feel like if you want to get it, get it. If you don't, that's fine.
Yeah, but
Just deal with the consequences of getting it or not getting it.
Yeah, but see, the only thing about it is, I think that, like you say, do whatever you want, but don't be so entitled that you have to make your opinion matters.
There's,
Do you know what I mean?
there's reasons people don't want to get it. There's
Yeah.
reasons people do want to get it. It's like, it's
Yeah.
fine. Doesn't affect me.
But I also think that if, for talk's sake, someone's like, for example, the way people are coming out, be like, this is like a Holocaust. You're like, is it? Like, I mean, it isn't. You know, I think there's a slight difference because, you know, they're not going and hoarding people up who have not had the vaccine and bringing them to camps and murdering them. You know what I mean? They're just going, you can't get a all-day fry and Witherspoons. All right, so there you go. But like, I do find it like it is, but it does, like, it annoys me a little bit. Like, see if I'm out and about in a shop and I don't see someone wearing a mask and they don't have, like, you're sort of like, why don't you just put a mask? Like, what's the big deal?
It's just weird, I think, sometimes.
Yeah,
I
like,
feel weird going into a shop if they don't have a mask on.
I wouldn't go. I just feel like I'm not going to go in that shop because, again, there is a stigma about it, and I don't want people to be like, oh no. But at the same time, I just feel like I still think it is a thing. I obviously have thought it is a thing the whole time, but like, see people out protesting, and like, you look at it like, obviously you can do whatever you want if you think it's a load of but I just think it's ridiculous that now they're like, this new vaccine is we'll never get the vaccine. Whenever you're born, you get your MMR, you get your flu jabs, you get your fucking BCGs. Like, I still have like buck a mark on my arm after a BCG. Like, if ever there was a bloody tracking device in the Bastrd BCGs, I'll pop it on my arm. But I just think people saying, it's like, everywhere we go, like, we're being tracked right now on our computers, on our phones. Like, it's just this, like, why do the government get, like, what are they going to do? I'm totally insignificant to the government. You know, no one gives a fuck about what I have to say. Would you?
I mean,
No?
to be fair, if they did care, they would have got you a long time ago.
Yeah,
what
exactly.
You said in this podcast.
I know that I would have been, it would have been like a Holocaust what would happen to me, because I would be killed by the government, because I say silly things. In jest, obviously. Like, to compare the murder of me to the Holocaust is obscene, and obviously, I don't mean that. But at the same time, I'm not encouraging the government, if they are listening to this, to kill me, because I'm not ready to go yet. My wife's already poisoning me every night and I go to bed anyway, so don't worry about it. Maybe that's shit. Oh, there's my conspiracy right there. My wife's works for the government. She's in the NHS. She's a baddie. She's been planted by the government in my bed to kill me. And here's me thinking she'll love me.
You'd have words when you get home.
You fucking better.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith when you get home.
Was that some sort of porn?
You never watched Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
No? What is it?
Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt's movie, where they're both like agents.
And are they trying to kill each other?
They're both like hired to kill each other, and then they kind of both go home at the same time. And they're like looking at each other, like, "Do you know that I'm hired to kill you?" and vice versa.
Uh-huh.
And then they have like kind of a fight around the house.
And how the fuck does it get resolved? And they were married first?
I genuinely can't remember.
Well, then I just want to say, like, I would be like, well, I don't want to be married to you anymore because you're going to kill me.
But they've been paid to
Yeah.
kill each other.
But they're married. So just go, we'll go and work in a grocery store or something.
I don't think it's that easy
Yeah, well, you know what? It's a stupid
to hand
plot.
in your 4 weeks notice when you're a hitman.
Yeah, you know what? I've said this before. I would shoot myself in the face if someone said, shoot yourself in the face or we're going to kill your kids. Same as that. I'd be like, well, I'm not killing my wife. Unless, like, to be fair, she'd, like, fucking, you know, left load of dishes beside the fucking sink instead of putting in the dishwasher. Then I might kill her, you know. Or, for example, if she were to, like, you know, leave her slippers at the bottom of the stairs like she does every fucking day, and I come down with a handful of washing because I'm always doing a wash, and then I trip and fall and hurt myself, maybe then I'll consider killing her. But, you know, other than that, I think it's a stupid plot, and I think Brad Pitt's a stupid bastard and Angelina Jolie's a bitch. So there you go. What do you think
Here's
about
your
that?
movie review done.
Yeah, there you go. It's Mark Kermode here. You know, in fact, there's a parody name for that. I'm Mark Kermode. Just do film reviews whilst I'm doing a shite. That's it.
Whenever you haven't even watched it.
Yeah, exactly. I might actually be interested to watch that now. It sounds interesting, but then the whole time I'll be going, you obviously clearly aren't each other's person. If you're willing to kill, if money's more important than the person.
I think they do, like, not kill each other.
Yeah, but then they're fucking beating the shit out of each other and all, still sly.
I know, but it's love. Love makes you do weird things.
Nah. No, I don't agree with that. I think it's strange, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I'm gonna find out who wrote it. I hate this. See if they came to me and they're like, here, I've got a film idea. I go, you know what you can do? Take it somewhere else. Shite. Mr. and Mrs. Jones. Me and Mrs. Jones. Mr. and Mrs. It's a comedy. Let's hear the plot. Construction executive John and tech support consultant Jane. I mean, already shit names. Are answering questions during marriage counselling. They've been married for 5 or 6 years, but their marriage is suffering to the point that they can't remember the last time they had sex. Why is sex so important in marriage? I've had sex with my wife once. I've got 2 kids. Victory. You know what I mean? And they tell blah blah blah. In reality, they're both skilled operatives working for different contract killing firms, among the best in their field, concealing their true profession from one another. So they both don't know that they are assassins.
So they both think they have normal jobs. So when they leave in the morning, they just go and do normal jobs.
Oh, so because they're actually both... So then, obviously, she finds out that he's a killer, and she's like, you're a two-faced bastard? And then he finds out she's a killer, and he's like, oh, that's pretty sexy. You might get tied up and all, and put a gun up my bum. Oh. I mean, I assume that's just the way men think, isn't it?
That's pretty much what happens, though.
Nice. Well, I mean, I would watch, you know, I would pay to watch Angelina Jolie peg Brad Pitt, to be fair. I grossed a lot of money, so fair play to them, but still shit. Doesn't interest me at all. But we lose the point anyway. Fucking COVID.
Oh,
Fucking COVID, you know. I just think, you know what? I think the vaccine is not this whole conspiracy. I think we give ourselves too much importance. You know, we just are little sheep, really. They go about every day doing their wee jobs and stuff, and the government don't really care. Our government, especially in this country, couldn't give a fuck because they're fucking morons. And I just think there are certain things, because you know this, how dare they do this? They need a surely then, if you want a COVID passport, you would just be like, well, I'm not going on holidays again. You'd be like, why is that? Passports are bull. They expect me to have a piece of paper to get into Tenerife? Fuck off. Not fucking doing it. How dare they? I should be able to just fucking walk into Tenerife. I should be able to get on a boat and just fucking paddle my way to Tenerife and go, I'm fucking going to Tenerife, alright? I'm going to Lineker's and you can fuck away off trying to say I need a fucking passport to get into fucking Tenerife. You know, fucking bastards. You know, it's stupid. Like, I just think governments make laws for a bit of a reason. You know what I mean? It's like, are kids going, you get a fucking 6-year-old being like, oh, fucking government bastards won't let me have a pint. Have they fucking 18 to have a fucking pint? You're like, well, they're there for me. Oh, fuck, I'm fucking gonna wear, I'm not wearing a seatbelt and I'm driving my Fiesta. I was going to say 120 miles an hour, but it only goes to 60. No, I mean, rules are there for a reason. I just think it makes things a bit easier. And if you get COVID, you get a bit less sick. Like, here's what the crux is to me. I have not heard anybody smarter than me say you shouldn't get the vaccine. Anyone is like, don't get it. I'm like, you know, they have MUFC at the end of their Twitter handles. You know, James E. MUFC says, it's all conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy. What's a conspiracy is why you're allowed the internet. Because you're a fucking moron. Get a vaccine, wear a mask, just have common decency, you know. And here's the thing, see if the government were like, you need to cut your dick off in order to go and do things, I'd be like, you know what, don't need it anyway, just cut it off. Just anything for an easy life. That's where I stand on it. And if you don't want to get it, that's fine. But bear in mind, the government, or it's Skynet you want to watch out for. Watch the Terminator films. Alright, Skynet have got us. Now Mark Zuckerberg is going to be in the metaverse, and that's, you know what it is, Ben? All these movies are coming true. Terminator's coming true. Avatar is coming true in the metaverse. Like, what are you going to do in the metaverse, Ben? Are you going to get into the metaverse? Are you going to do that?
Sure.
What, you'll have a wee freaking online affair and all in the metaverse, but it won't be you. It'll just be you just chatting to people and all. It'll be weird. Apparently, you get in your wee chair and all, and you just go and then you're in the Zuckerberg just controls all your thoughts and all. It's crazy. The world is crazy. Why don't we all just go back to the way it was and just all live on a farm and pillage and drink ale, kill deers? Technology's ruining the world, Ben. As I sit here talking into a microphone, so as I can make something via technology and put it in the internet for everyone to hear. How long have we been talking for? I'm bored.
About 40 minutes.
Jesus Christ. Come and see me in the Ulster Hall. It's going to be a lot more fun than this. Tickets are selling really good and the balcony's open. What an achievement. Well done, me. Tickets are available through all my social media. Please do come, genuinely. I'm not going to keep huffing. I'm just a huffy. I'm just a huffy tufty, aren't I? I'm just a wee huffy squirrel that teaches across the road. And you know what, Ben? Not doing the Champions League weird after this. I want to go home. Is that music to your ears, or do you feel bad about that?
I'm more than happy.
Nah, fuck it, we're doing it. I've got a second wind. We're doing it. You know why? I just did the thought that every week from now until I die is going to be being, let's just do a Champions League weird final. And it's like, actually no. And next week's, oh no, we need to do this. We'll just do it. Alright, we'll just do it. This podcast is sponsored by Bebe, Adrianos, Mexicanos, and Phat Bastrd Burger. Phat Bastrd Burger is a new kid on town. It is the sister company of Bebe Adrianos. It's based on the high street in Bangor. Ben, what do you look for in a burger patties? What do you look in a burger patties? Hey, what do you look for in a burger patties? Girth. You want a big fucking fat, thick bit of meat to fucking gobble down your shithole in your head, down your fucking gob hole. I mean, hold on. Here we go. Slag Eye Podcast is brought to you. Absolutely keep that in, but if they want this video, cut this bit. Bebe Adrianos. Sorry, The Slag Guy podcast is brought to you by Fat Bastrd Burger and Bebe Adrianos. Ben, what are you looking for in a burger? That's right, girth. A thick Wagyu beef burger with delicious flavour. Thickness doesn't always mean good flavour, but when it comes to Wagyu and Fat Bastrd Burgers, it absolutely does. They are now the premier burger joint in town, and if you guys are looking for that Fat Bastrd 100% Wagyu beef, which is among the most sought after and luxurious meats in the world, it's got copious marbling, it's tasty, it's delicious, and most importantly, it's a mouthful. Fat Bastrd have burgers with very choice names: the Fat Bastrd Burger, the Cheesy Fat Bastrd, the Porky Fat Bastrd, the Ringo Stingo, Fat as Fuck Duck, and Crazy for Cock, which is just the chicken burger, not just, you know, what you might assume it could be. And also, if you're a wee bit weird and you want to go to a place with super fat beef burgers and get a vegetarian, there is the option there with the cauliflower and quinoa burger. So if you want to know more, go to fatbastard.com. And if you wanted something a little bit different, you still want that Bebe Adrianos hit, get the Bebe Adrianos as well. Dirt Box, Dirty Cock and Cow Box, all the classics. And for the festive season, they have the Christmas wrap, which is all you want. It's turkey, it's ham, it's chipolata sausages, it's cranberry, it's stuffing. It's the works in a wrap, just for your little mouth, your little tum-tum. And then it's all digested, it goes at your little bum-bum. And if you want 10% off, and free shipping, because you'll go to collect it by hand, go to Bebe Adrianos app or the Dirty Fat Bastard. Not the Dirty Fat Bastard app, just the Fat Bastard app, and you and get 10% off. Definitely cut that bit out of the video if we send it to them. But yeah, if you want to go old school like me and you want to call them, go 02891 479988. That's 02891 479988. Say Davey sent you. Say the Dirty Fat Bastard sent you to get a Fat Bastard. Or a Bebe Adrianos. They're great guys. Great food. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Speaking of recommendations, I'm out to get Modest Beer right now. They owe me new tins. I've said, boys, you need to get me a tins for the walls. You need to tell me what new tins are coming out. You're putting all this fucking beer out and you're not telling me new tins are, so I'm not doing a read for Modest Beer this week because they don't deserve it. You know, I don't care that if you want to know about them, you go to @ModestBeer at Instagram or @ModestBeer on Twitter or @ModestBeer at Facebook. I don't care if their website's www.modestbeer.co.uk. I don't care if they are trying to bring delicious craft beers to the market instead of trying to take over the market. I don't care that they've got stouts, that they've got IPAs, that they've got I don't care anymore. I'm not doing a read for Modest Beer at www.modestbeer.co.uk or any socials @Modest Beer. I'm not doing it. Alright? Had enough. And speaking of had enough, let's just go through these questions, alright? Botanic Lane has said, Dave, how do you decide who does support it for your gigs? You know, let's just say similarly to how... Nah, I'm not going to say that. It's inappropriate. What I do is I just, you know, I pick somebody that I think would appeal to my audience, and somebody that's fun to hang about with, and somebody that's good at comedy. That's important to me. I think you need to have a good opening act to set the tone for the night, so it is important. As well as that, I like to give opportunities to other comedians where possible who I think deserve it. So that's kind of really the thought process. And also helps a bit of nepotism, be a friend too, like, but that's about it. Sharon Best has said, a food item that you will not share with your wife or daughters: the Dirty Fat Bastard. Oh shit, no. You know what? There are some, like, I will tell you what I will not share with them. Thankfully, my wife's a vegetarian, so I don't really need to worry about this. But every Christmas, my number one present that I get and I love is my dad's ham. It sounded weird, actually, didn't I, when I say it like that? But that, like, it's not like his dick, because I don't just wait for Christmas for that. But every Christmas he will bring me a big cooked ham. He goes like some... Again, parents do weird things, don't they? Like, for whatever reason, he's a mate that lives in Antrim, and he's like, and his mate's like, here, I know the best place to get you a fucking ham or two. And he'll go, where's that? And he'll go, this place in Antrim. And he'll drive to Antrim to get the ham, rather than just go to like a local butcher's and get ham. But anyway, anytime he gets it, it is nice. Then he steams it up for me in his big fucking pressure cooker, and then comes round to my house with a big ham in tinfoil. And then you know what I do, Ben? I open the door and I go, Dad's like, Merry Christmas, and I go, yeah, give me the ham, and slam the door in his face, and run in, get a big, thick bit of Hovis, you know, the green and white bag, big, thick bit of Hovis, nice bit of butter, Abernethy butter, that's a nice butter I like at the minute, I would recommend, get it on, make myself a fucking hot ham sandwich, and just eat it, and then try to make that ham last for 3 days. Normally it doesn't, but I try. I fucking love that ham. That's my favourite food. My kids, you know who I will share my ham with this year? My dog, but not too much because it's too salty and it's bad for his wee heart. Yes, I'm killing myself slowly, but I don't care. Say about Christmas this year, I'm going to be lean, stacked and jacked. Like at the minute, all I want to do is eat, but I can't because I'm on diet, I'm too fat and I've been sick for the last 4 weeks. I'm going to look like a pig at Ulster Hall. Correct. Could have timed that better. There we go. Oh no. I mean, what a bizarre time. You know who's messaging me at 20 to 10 at night? My accountant being like, are you sure you want to leave your job? I'm like, I don't know. But yes, he wants to meet me on the one Bastrd day I can't meet him. Yeah. So my ham, I won't share my ham with my girls or my wife. You look sad. What's wrong, mate?
You should share the ham. It's Christmas. It's good to share.
Fucking bad humbug. Get your own ham. Stupid vegetarian twat. Dinesh has said, hi Dave. I just want to tell you that your wee anecdote about how it is important to remember how far we've come really helped me today. I quit my job. Oh no, Dinesh. Oh, thankfully, not because of the anecdote. Don't worry, shit. I was going to be like, listen, do whatever you want, and he's just quit his job. I've taken a less paying one with better future opportunities, and was worried, was it the right choice, and if I'd be any good at it. You saying this made me realise that I've come far, and I can definitely go for it. There you go. Take a step back on the bridge, Ben, and look back. Appreciate how far you've come, and then when you realise how far you've come, you'll realise you don't have too much further to go, my friend. Yeah, you are an inspirational guy today, whether you like it or not. Hope everything goes well for you. You know what? I appreciate you saying that. It's nice to hear that this silliness, yes, it's silly. Yes, it's a wee bit of performance, Ben, isn't it? It's a wee bit, like, see, off camera, you openly say that I'm not a funny guy. You know, you've said many times, in fact, I'm kind of hard to be around. Is that true?
I'll say that on camera if you want.
Well, don't. Just
Sure.
Yeah, but off, I'm just a boring guy. But I like that, as well as being hysterical on this podcast and amongst other things in stand up, that I'm an inspirational guy, and I appreciate you for saying that. And you know what? Sometimes I just think we can let ourselves get a wee bit lost in the here and now, and panic a little bit and get a bit stressed out about things. See, if you're not happy, you can try to do something about it. But the only way to try to, you know what we always say in this podcast, Ben, the longest journey starts with the first step. And that's what you've done, my friend Dinesh, and I wish you the best in what you do. And what I also like is you've just ended the the message with, can't believe it got inspired by a podcast. It also had the Tour de Nonce featured on it, which, by the way, is very true. I did reference that last week. Here's the thing that worries me sometimes about podcasts. I get into like the zone a bit and forget what I'm saying, and I say things, and then people are like, oh, we were talking about the Tour de Nonce, and I'm like, no, I don't, but I like it, and I'm writing some stand-up about something that could work in, so thanks for bringing that back to me, and thanks for doing the right thing, and hopefully you enjoy his job. Don't come back to me in a week or two and be like, I can't believe I fucking left my job because you told me to, you big stupid prick, and now my life's terrible. Please don't. But if it is, you can always change it. Always bear that in mind. Inspo. I know when I said, hi, actually a business inquiry here. Wondering if you might have any showbiz connections. I bumped into a lovely old man at a cafe the other day who explained to me his idea of books made from meat. He's quite frail and infirm, so I thought I'd volunteer and help him. Any ideas? I mean, we're talking about ham there, so maybe I could make a book. I could just patent it, perhaps, meat books. Actually, a great uncle of mine used to do that, and he was a very old man until he passed away. And then I took his patent for meat books, so now I own them. And that's about it. Let me just say, I don't think, did I delete what we put for the slide egg this week? Probably. Ben, what am I doing in my life like? Yeah, I've deleted it, so we're not doing it this week, guys. Take care of yourselves. Be back next week. Bye. Yeah, that is actually me done. Fuck it.
I'm the sly guy.